Hey guys, welcome back to another one of my deck profile videos. Today we are going over Purple Luffy. After this deck profile video, we have a matchup against the Red Shanks. Very interesting matchup. Definitely something to stick around and watch. But for now, we're going to jump through this deck profile. So Luffy, activate main. Once per turn, you may take the top card from your life cards to your hand. If the amount of your Don on your field is 0 or 3 or more, add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and set it as active. Very straightforward leader. It is purple. That's the way this leader will ramp. Also with some other stuff like, as you can see, Bon Clay. Very good deck. Very different to play compared to other purple decks. I actually enjoy playing this deck. So we've got 4 Bon Clays on play. Add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and set it as active. It also, when attacking, if your opponent has like a 5k, a 6k, a 7k, whatever on field, the Bon Clay mimics the opponent's power plus any Don that you attach to it. So let's say we're going to mimic a 6k character on your opponent's field. You've got 2 Don attached, that goes to 8. So it's actually pretty cool. Got 1 Frankie. His ability is if you have 8 or more Don on your field, the character gains rush, as long as there is 1 Don attached. We've got 3 Eustace Kid, which is also searchable off the Straw Hat event, the Luffy one that you can see on the screen. Eustace Kid's really good. He's a blocker, and on your turn, when you minus a Don back to your deck, it comes back active. So it's really good to have in the deck. We have 1 Monkey D. Luffy. This would be called the finisher of the deck. So if you got this in hand and you got an opportunity where you can drop it, double turn and take your opponent out, this is a game finisher. On play, minus all 10 Don back to the deck. You bottom deck all your characters that are on the field, and then you take a turn after this turn. So play it out, neg 10, pitch all your characters to the bottom. If you can bring a Don out before you start your next turn, so let's say you can take a life, you bring that Don out, then you can activate the main here, tap 1 Don to bring another Don out active. So that gives you 2 Don. Then you can put 1 under your leader, swing for 6, end turn, bring it back, then you'll be at 4 Don. Then you can use the ability to get back at 5 Don. If you do have any life, then you can go to 6 Don. And then you've got 2 swingers. So what? You got a 12k and 11k on your following turn. So this is actually a really good card. Sanji is a 2k counter blocker. Now, if you have 2 less Don or more than your opponent, so let's say your opponent's at 8, you're at 6, you can play this out for 3, as long as there's a 2 Don difference and you're less than your opponent. So this isn't too bad. Charlotte Linlin actually comes in clutch in this deck. On play, minus 1 Don, trash a card from your hand, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life, then place up to 1 of your opponent's characters with 6 cost or less to the bottom of the owner's deck face up. So you can pretty much put anything back into the life. I mean, it's really good if you put stuff that hasn't got counter on it, because then you know their last card is not going to be counter. In matchups, you can put their blockers in their life. So if they're relying on their blocker, you can attack in. They'll probably take the life. Still brings it back down to 2. If you've got more characters on field, you might be able to do more damage. But this is actually really good to generate you life if you need it. 7 cost Sanji, 7k power. On play, you may return 1 or more Don cards to the Don deck from play. This character gains rush this turn, then rest up to 1 of your opponent's 6 cost or lower characters. So like a blocker, something you might want to attack into. So they've got that ability there that you may return more than 1 is because of I think it's OP09 Luffy, the black purple Luffy, because his ability relies off negging 2 Don back to the deck. So we've got Trafalgar Law, and here's a searcher. He's a 1 cost. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck and reveal up to 1 cost 2 greater. So 1 cost 2 or greater card with Straw Hat or Heart Pirates type, and put it to your hand and place the rest of the cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. We have just a straight up 2-cost blocker, Nico Robin. Actually really good. Monkey D. Luffy. Yet again, this one's got a similar ability to the Sanji. Is you may return one or more Don cards from play to your Don deck, draw 1 card, then this card gains Rush for the turn. So this is another good finisher. If you do not have the other Luffy in hand and you think you can take the game with this card, definitely do it. It's actually a really good card. And then it's also another attack that they've got to try and get rid of. This is actually a really good card, the Usopp. It's a 3-cost 2k. On play, if you have 8 or more Don, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with 5 cost less. So yet again, you're resting something to attack into it, resting something to get past it, like a blocker. Actually really good. So it got the Onami blocker. It's a 4-cost 1k. On play is if you have 8 or more Don on your field, trash 1 card from your hand, then draw 2. So it's kind of like cycling. So if you've got like a lot of bricks in hand, trash like brick meaning non-counter cards, trash one of them, and then you draw 2. So hopefully you draw into counter. We have 4 of the Zorojiros. Actually a really good card. On play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 purple straw hat type card, and put it to your hand, then place the rest of the bottom in any order. So this is really good if you need to search out your Monkey D. Luffy, or as Luffy Taro. So it's really good to search that out if you don't have that in hand. Search anything else out, blockers, anything you need, Sanji, another searcher. This depends what you need. Really good card. So now we're up to the Luffy Taro. On play, -1 Don. Play up to 1 purple straw hat type character with a cost of 5 or less from your hand. So pretty much covers a lot of bases here. So 5 or less. So you can drop out like your Usopp to block something as you're playing that out to attack. Either of your blockers. You can play out the Frankie. You can play out... I don't think you can actually play out the Law. No, you can't play out the Law. But you can play out some stuff anyway. Most of the time, even you can play out this again if you got it in hand. Normally that's a really good pairing, is to play out the 7 to the 4. But yeah, so that's also another good card. We have 3 of the when you're at sea, you fight pirates. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Straw Hat Kid type or Heart Pirates type card and add it to your hand, then place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. So you can search out your Law and pretty much majority of the deck. You can search out your kid blockers. Yeah, so that's pretty handy, especially when it's got a trigger activate main, which you search 3 anyway. And finally, we have the 1-cost Gum Gum Giant, which you don't normally want to be playing until you get to 10 Don. You want to try and survive without playing that if you do have it in hand, because if you start triggering this off early, you're minusing 2, you're then getting behind in the game. So it's a -2. You may trash 1 card from your hand. If your leader has a Straw Hat crew type, give up to one of your leaders or characters 4,000 power for this battle, then draw 2 cards. So this is a really good card. It comes in clutch, but you don't want to be playing it out too early, because then if you're playing it out too early, you're going to be minusing your Don back too quick. So let's say you're at the 6 Don turn. Now you're back to 4 Don. So that effort with the leader ability or Eustace Kid or the Bon Clay to try and ramp your Don, you've just lost that ramp. So you really don't want to be playing that out too early. But this is the deck, everyone. Hope you can get some inspiration from this. And now we're just going to head over to the video. Alright guys, let's see how we can match up against Shanks. Let's go second. Let's just do a different curve. Okay, draw. Let's take life. Let's play that out. Let's attack for 7. So we're at 6, 7, 8, 9. So just need to play that next one out and we'll be pretty much close to 10. Because we're at 6, next turn, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. We're 9 on next turn. I mean, I should have played the other way, but hey, I can still get some hits in. Knock them down fast as I can. They're going to gun for this next. They're going to gun for my Mr. Bonglais. It's an interesting match. Tables can turn pretty quick, though. Got 10 cards in hand. Alright, draw. What are we going to do here? I think we might do that, actually. Let's go... No. Gonna have to go this way. Dirt. Dirt. Select one card to trash, gain a life, put that at the bottom. 7. And then they'll just minus that so I can't attack with the other one. Or not. Come on, get rid of one card. It's only one card. Interesting. Minus me down to 5. Yep. So I got a 7k and a 6k coming at me. Okay. It's 5. That's 9. That's 10. Let's trash 1 and draw 2. Let's go 10 over here. 10 there. Mm-hmm. I'll probably rest that to kill my blocker. I reckon. I reckon so. We'll do that. Okay. So I'm down to 6. So that puts me to 9. Not too bad. It's a very interesting matchup against the Shanks. Why would you minus the Trafalgar Law? I think this is where I just lose. Oh, what? I just won against a Shanks. Hell yeah. I thought I was going to lose. I needed to make sure I won that game. Holy moly. I won against a Shanks with a purple deck. That's nuts. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by, checking out the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you think. And as always, see you on the next one.